everybody to Fade to Obsidian. I'm Skipper, joined as always by Crescent. We are your Red Rising podcast on relationships and spaceships, and this week we're talking about a specific type of relationships, found family. So we are joined by the Triplets. We have Lamp, Whisper, and Fury. Oh my God! Why can't I like?
It's the disease. It
Furiosa.
Furiosa. I like how I was reading it in my mind and then was like fury. It's all that's coming. Anyway, welcome you
First mistake,
three.
never read it.
I know. Well,
Yeah,
here we go.
on.
Welcome on. We're gonna start out with who are you? How did each of you get your howler names? And what are you drinking tonight? Furiosa,
Whisper,
why don't you
come
start?
on. You got to start.
Oh, okay. Whisper. We'll go to Whisper. I was gonna Furiosa just because I can't pronounce it.
Oh no,
So we'll just get other people to continue to say it.
We'll go in order of age. Whispers first, then me, then Lamp. That's our age.
But you're triplets.
When we slipped out.
Mm-hmm.
I came out
it makes
first.
sense.
I came out of Lotus first.
All right, Whisper.
Hatch,
Why are you Whisper?
Yes. I am Whisper. This is so embarrassing because I have to say it in front of Skipper, and I got scolded by Skipper once for my name because I am Whisper because I illegally used the small voice in Discord to an extreme amount. And Skipper scolded me once, and then I was petrified to use it again. So I try not to, but that's how I got my name, which is funny because I'm usually not actually whispering ever. So
that's so funny. It's
great. And I am drinking with a curly, twisty straw with a disco ball on it. Yes, I have I guess it's called a London Mule. It's ginger beer and gin. Not vodka. So in a plastic cup, not a actual mule cup.
No, classic. I like it.
Yeah, and no citrus because I did not want to cut up any citrus. So it's just ginger beer and gin.
You don't have lemon juice or lime juice just on hand to just give a little.
Oh,
thank you.
We have the juicer and get fresh lemon juice when we need it.
I have the bottle that's shaped like a lime.
No.
Lamp and I are on the same
count
page.
as juicing a lime.
It's very controversial here. Crescent would tell you it's wrong. I tell you it's right. Use the bottle.
I do both, but the bottle's just as good. I mean,
I guess if you're lazy, which I was today, so I should have had it. But I didn't feel like going through that effort today, so I didn't. But it's still tasty.
Understandable.
I just want to say for the record, I have scolded 90% of the den, so it's really a time-honored tradition that you got scolded by me.
Scolded to a point of getting
my
a
only
name.
time, so yeah.
Scolded, yeah. Tightrope is probably the only other person to get scolded to the point of being named. He is named because he it's right on that line of whether or not I'm going to fully ban him. So the two of you.
How do you feel about that comparison, Whisper?
Usually it's me. Usually it's me.
Yeah, usually it's you.
Whisper.
The Silvers. Yeah, it's me. Wow, that's a first. I don't think I've ever been compared to Tightrope before.
Welcome.
It's an interesting.
There's a first time for everything, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Who is next who next hatched? I think you said. Who? Okay. Fury.
I slither or something. Who knows? I don't know. I'm Furiosa. I got that name because I overused the same gif of a furious cat probably 50 times. Very grateful that ended up being my name and not other suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out PL for rescuing me. Thank you. Thank you for that. Lamp knows what I'm talking about. And I'm drinking a lemon drop. I was going to make a regular one, but it turns out we don't have any simple syrup. So I mixed bottled lemon juice and vodka.
There it is.
And topped it with sparkling pink lemonade. So that is what I'm drinking out of my glass that I found at the thrift store for $1.
Looks great.
It was not there was only one of them, but that's
here's where I'll draw the line on that is because I will buy bottled lemon juice because juicing a lemon or a lime is just ridiculous. But making simple syrup is like the easiest thing in the world.
Okay,
will
but I
not buy
realized
that.
it like 10 minutes before we were supposed to sit down to start recording, and I didn't want to have a hot lemon drop.
It's true.
So-
Whisper was the only one that remembered that we were recording today.
Don't
To be
worry.
fair,
Happens to the
Crescent's
best
done
of us.
I mean, he definitely
often gets my like, oh, just by the way, and he's like, oh yeah. That's why we used to have a shared calendar, and then I stopped using that. I feel like we need to go back to that.
There's a
I'm
reason
also
like you
better at
can't
it now.
trust me to remember anything, and it's the same reason that I can't spell things correctly.
Fair. I love it. All right, Lamp, what about you?
I'm Lamp, obviously. My name came from I think I'd used the I love Lamp gift too much, and Slink used it as a threat that she was going to name me Lamp, and I called her out on it, and then it happened. So that was just how it came about. Was like just an abuse of a gif to the point of the name. And I am drinking Spirit Hound whiskey, which is a local here, just on the rocks.
Nice.
I was gonna drink a Canadian whiskey, but they were beating the shit out of the Yankees, so I decided against it.
With the Blue Jays?
It was gonna be in honor of Canada Day, but I decided against it out of just principles.
Yep.
Spite. The principle of spite.
I'm sorry for my
The principal
Blue Jays.
spite of not drinking
Yes.
Canadian whiskey,
All right, there you go. I'll take
which
it.
is not
All right.
not. There's not a lot of them out here.
Yeah, you get a lot of Canadian whiskey out there?
There's a bunch. There was like 9 different choices at my local liquor store that I have a punch card at. Don't judge me.
I have follow-up questions that I'll ask later on how to get a punch card. Yeah, Crescent has a whole cabinet.
I'll send a
next to him.
picture later.
Yeah,
Yep, I've gone through it multiple times. It's great.
nice. I like it. Crescent, what are you drinking? Which one did you select?
I picked my favorite, Ardbeg Ugdal,
Ooh.
and I just finished a beer.
Bless you.
Yeah, literally.
It's Celtic. Gesundheit.
Here, look.
I know it ends with an L. Oh yeah, okay, I got that part right.
Yeah. That's
I feel
definitely what I
there's
I
heard.
feel
a
like
lot
Lamp
of
would
vowels.
appreciate that a lot.
Ishibata is like the actual word that like the word whiskey comes from. So, water of life.
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
The
there you go.
more you know.
Yeah, I had no
And
idea.
Okay, Bill Nye.
I come from a
Oh.
long line of alcoholics.
Crescent's
Speaking
showing
of
off
this
his
shit,
collection now.
I
Why is
have
it clear?
source water
That's such a small bottle.
from Isla.
Oh, so
Crescent's
it's
nails
literally
are on
just
fucking
water.
on point today.
You need to see his
I know.
nails.
I need
If
to
you
get
were
my nails done.
listening, flip over. They are howler
that's sick.
nails.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
so cool. Did you
Can
do them
That's so
today?
Make me.
Cool.
I was gonna say, make me prouder and tell me that you did it yourself.
No,
He
I
got them
didn't do it
professionally
myself. Like a week and a half ago,
I think they still look really good.
Wow.
They're
being
still
week and a
looking
half old.
good.
They look
Yeah.
great, yeah.
which is
I've never
Crazy
gotten my
considering
nails
what I do for work.
Are they like gel?
They're
Are they like the
shellac.
nice gel ones where they have to like
Shellac.
cure them? Oh.
I am drinking. It's like a wine cooler. I was hanging out at my local brewery, and they suddenly had it up on the thing, and they know me too well that they're like, "Is this what you're drinking today?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then halfway through being there, I was like, "What's that?" And they're like, "Oh, we have wine coolers now." And I was like, "Well, can I try?" And it's decent. So it's elderflower mint cocktail and like a white wine spritz. I was just told
Elderflower
like
mint is so
explicitly
good.
it needs to be on a shit ton of ice. They're like, "We don't care if you
Oh.
want to drink it like just ice." And I'm like, "Okay." So that's what I had.
Why?
Yeah.
Liquor
then-
stores that give out free samples are awesome
hmm
because they know you're gonna get in your car.
I'm
In
gonna
the
jump
car,
on.
we
I'm
all
gonna put us
fail.
back on track. I feel like
Yeah,
my
speaking of
job
all being
today is
bad.
gonna be to like try and keep all of you. But with that, you guys fight like siblings. It's clear you act like siblings. Someone has to explain why you're referred to as the triplets because even though on one of your birthdays, I did have this like, holy shit, they are actually triplets. And someone had, I forget who, one of you DM'd me apologizing, being like, we're not actually triplets.
I apologized so badly because like we kept it going for so long. Like we kept it going up until I think the second birthday was when I think I had apologized, because like we joined the den in August. And I think the first birthday that came up was in December. So like we were like, let's just go with it. Oh, November. It was November. I was like, let's just roll with it and see what happens. And then it was literally the next month that like more people were, no one caught on to it either. That we were all three of us celebrating our birthday again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you become triplets? Yeah. How did you become?
How did we become the triplets? So we all joined on like that first day of OHB 3.0. Yep. Very official title. Yep. And I don't really know how it happened. I don't remember. We all just like me and Siri bonded in the in one of the channels. I think it was the library, because she gave me a great tip on putting dust jackets over other dust jackets instead of like when you buy special ones. This was like one of our first conversations. So when you buy special ones, instead of just put the other ones somewhere, she was like, just put them over the old ones. And I was like, that's a great idea. I'm gonna try it. And it works great.
I totally forgot that was one of our first interactions.
Yes. Yeah. And we were like, oh, we're the same person. And then we both just started picking on lamps. So it worked out great.
It's because we were all hiding. We were all hiding in comms 3 because like comms 1 was just like so much with like all the new people joining, and even comms 2 was just like so many. There was like all of the people that were already in the den were now in comms 2, where comms 1 was all the new people coming in. So we were just hiding in comms 3. And I just got
talking in small voice, and then there was a listen up about us to not do that.
Well, I didn't know how to do the small font, and they were making fun of me for that, like relentlessly. And then we eventually just like, I think I had made the side chat that we were in, or that we have, that's been ongoing now for a year. That it was over. I don't remember what it was about, but like I just started it on the side, being like, I hope this is okay. But and then we were talking about whatever it was, and now like it's every single day.
Every single day. It really is. And for the record, it's in small voice. Every single day. We go through the effort of putting the dash and the hashtag for every single message. And if someone forget, we put the little shush emoji, and they have to fix it. That's like an unspoken rule. I will give you one guess as to who has forgotten it the most times out of all of us. And it's not me.
It's Lamb.
I was like, Whisper? How did you forget Whisper?
We became the triplets. We branded ourselves that, and then Lotus was adopted as our mom first. Lotus came first, right? And then we were like, oh, who's our dad? And we were like, oh, it's Bond, obviously. And we're all the little Aristocats family now.
Yeah.
Cute. Yes, we even have patches. Shout out Lotus. She got us patches.
Here somewhere.
I can get mine. Wait, I have to get up and
mine's right
mine's
here.
Mine's back there in an envelope.
Because I have a stack of patches that need to be put on my jacket, because I am indecisive about where it needs to go.
Fair.
So I just have dozens and dozens of patches that are waiting to be put on.
Yes.
But
I vividly remember calling Lotus mommy, and she was like, no. And I was like, okay,
absolutely.
Anything but that.
It's either mother. Usually it's just mother, Olive Cat.
For those
so all
listening,
5 of us
it is the Aristocats. So for everybody listening, it's the Aristocats family. So you guys all know that. But that's adorable.
Perfect. It's great.
Which she sent us all for Christmas, which was amazing.
Yeah,
that's great.
It was the best. It was fantastic.
Yes.
I had a thought, and then I had to laugh that this week something came up about the triplets of somebody who's like newer, and they were like, who's the triplets? Like it was this like intimidating thing of like the triplets. So it is still, I mean,
Just
we're
dumb and dumber, really.
Yeah, it's 11 months on. You're still going strong, which is fantastic. And so I loved when Whisper. Did you who originally? Somebody messaged me originally. I think it was
DM'd you because it came up. We were talking in our tiny chat. We were like, "Oh, we should see what we can do to get on an episode." And we were like, "We should talk about like siblings or something. Like, how do we get in on this?"
Yeah.
And then so I messaged you, and then you asked Lamp about it in the Secret Comms 3.
Yes. So so context on a couple things here is so you had messaged me, but we were kind of in like, I don't know what's Fade's doing. We like
it was a slow time, yeah.
There's and
no
people
book. Where's the
and
I'm the only one beyond the paywall, so like I see everything else.
Well, so we were kind of in the state of like, but also people message us all the time things and then they ghost. So like when people message of like, can we come on for like, this is a great idea. I'm like, okay. And like follow up. And then it's like, where'd you, or they just like are no longer active in the den, which you don't have to be active to listen to us, but also that's going to be how I like talk to people. So then this is actually a great, what's happening right now is this is episode 99. And I'll talk at the end of the episode about how I needed, we did the math and we're like, hold on, we have 98 planned. And then we got to do something big for episode 100, which will be next. If you're watching this the day it comes out, it'll be the Friday after. So you get like 9 days. I'll talk about it after. What do we do for episode 99? And we were sitting there trying to figure out episode 99, and then Lamp is in, this is with the Patreon, Lamp's in, and I was like, Lamp, you guys said you would do an episode. Is this real? And then he DM'd me being like, that is real. We will come on. We will talk about found family. And I was like, perfect. So you are episode 99, because I was like, what do we do? And then I was like, hold on, Whisper said. But Lamp's in the Patreon, so is this real? So here we are. So thank you for agreeing to come for episode 99, the filler
here's
episode.
Here's my fun input for that. I'm pretty sure Lamp told you we were going to do it before he like confirmed with either of us that it was okay. Because he was like, "Oh yeah, they'll be great for it." And then he's like, "Hey, do you guys want to do this podcast?"
Listen, like the whole silver mindset is like you say yes before you get permission,
and then you figure
because like you have to be constantly going forward. So I was like, yeah, oh, absolutely, we would do it. And then I sent them the message on the side. I was like, hey, you guys still want to do this or what? And it was just like, yeah. So it all worked out.
That was the first time I heard of it. I'm pretty sure, in my memory. I think neither of them had ever said anything about like saying.
No, I definitely did. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Probably. I mean, what's
absolutely not true, because like your memory is that of a goldfish that has dementia. So it just works out that you don't remember that.
I mean,
like you haven't read Red Rising.
No. That's what we just learned, that you snuck into the Discord never reading Red Rising.
Right, yeah. There's not a shrine back there.
I can't see that.
But we can't.
It's a really dark room you're in. We don't know.
Stupid. Can you even see it?
Nope.
No.
We can guess it's there, though. We believe you.
I swear there's books back there.
You need to like deck out
Let
your
me
room.
show you. Look.
Shout out to just lit escalates, you know?
Yeah. Look at it.
But I got this. This is pretty cool. I got this at a used bookstore.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, the art.
Like $5. Yes.
I went out there somewhere.
And I was like, this is super cool. So, in fact, I have read the books. I have not read the arc yet, but it's there.
I read that arc.
There are Red Rising books back there. I promise.
Yeah.
The only arc I've read is
okay. Back to darkness. This is too warm for me. Okay.
I got my Lightbringer arc right here.
Your Lightbinder?
Nice.
Lightbinder.
Whoa.
I should pull mine down from my room.
That's
you
so
can't
cool.
see, but it like usually comes up, but I drew the cover.
Very nice.
I'm very proud.
I
of
love
myself.
that.
You should
my
do
gosh.
like that inside cover of Fury's drawing of a Pegasus.
Yes, absolutely.
Have
And what
you
you also
seen it?
can't see is at some point I started using old Hazard Bedlam stickers for I didn't have bookmarks, and I was like, so there's stickers in certain parts.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
love that.
I have like 25 or 30 stickers from OHB3 just in my drawer.
So many.
I think I'm gonna give them out at my wedding as like a slight like dig at people. Like that they're not gonna know what it means if they haven't read it. But if I'm just like handing,
Yep, I have some. Yep.
Mine are on my shrine. I'm not gonna get up again.
All my stuff is in the other. I'm in Mr. Whisper's office, so I'm just surrounded by Alf puppets and comic books, and that's it.
Doesn't he have a name?
Not yet.
Not yet. We're working on naming him.
He's still Timbo Slice.
There you go.
Timbo Slice.
I like it. Well, let's jump into our topic. Yeah, well, I mean, the topic's family. He's family, but he's not found. Well, I guess he is found family. Found family is
like my favorite. He's my favorite person out of the two of them.
Yeah. So we're talking found family on this one. I'm just gonna try and continue actually having a podcast over here. We're gonna try and
Joke's on you. This is how the podcast has always been.
Yeah, it's true. We're going to talk more about the fandom after, because I think our fandom is amazing and how it's become a found fandom in all the little pockets. But I want to talk found family in the book first. Anyone listening, if you manage to get this far and you haven't read Lightbringer, thank you for indulging us. Goodbye.
Bye.
We are going to talk.
Yeah, see you when you finish.
Yep. Come back to us later. But I definitely have feelings of found family in Lightbringer. But let's start kind of in the beginning. Do you guys have a favorite found family in the books? So it doesn't have yet. Okay, Fury's on it.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Whisper already knows. She already knows my answer. It's obviously Darrow and Severo. And my main reason for that is because I just finished rereading Red Rising. I will get to Golden Sun, I promise.
Reading for the first time.
Rereading Red Rising, there were so many moments where like you can hear in Severo's voice how broken he is, how like alone he feels, and like how Darrow sees the good in him anyway and is like, no, this is like my brother, like I'm bringing him in. And you can like see how Severo responds to that and how like much he adheres to Darrow. So yeah, I think that's really sweet because people that have felt like ostracized for their whole lives, but then they meet someone who's like, I'm gonna accept you exactly as you are, I don't want you to change, is like so significant. And so that's my favorite found family in the book. And then it continues up and through the my favorite moment in the whole series is the dialogue between Darrow and Severo that happens in Lightbringer when he's talking about how the goblin is just someone who comes out on the stage every so often. He's like, that's not who you are, that's just someone that you can become. So obviously I'm a Severo girly, but that's just my take on that. It's my favorite through the whole series, that string.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that the moment that clinches it in Red Rising is like very much towards the end after they've done the whole siege of Olympus and everything, and Severo like alters the video like files for Darrow when he says I always get them mixed up, Bloody Dam versus Gory Dam. He says the wrong one essentially, and Severo covers for it, and they never really like get into it in that moment. And I think like that's the moment where you're like, oh, they're in it, they're ride or dies. Like this experience has solidified them in each other's lives at this point. And that was the moment I was like, oh, I'm locking in, I'm officially locked in.
Yeah absolutely.
I think when it comes to like the trilogy, like I love Severo and Darrow's with it, but I think as a whole, even up to like Morningstar, it's Darrow and Cassian for me. I think for the entire thing, just because of their whole conversation when Cass is a prisoner with Darrow, and their whole conversation is over a glass of whiskey, leading up into that final moment in Morningstar when like he does turn back around for him, and then just leading into like the second part of the trilogy, or like the second trilogy. I think is just such a thing that happens with family where like you might drift apart, whether it's because of X, Y, or Z, and you just come back together with it at the end over the things that actually matter. That's what really solidified that their relationship for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Crescent,
I also
what's
love
yours?
them.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
Okay.
I just love everybody.
Yeah, same.
For me, it is a tie between Severo Darrow, and Darrow Cassius.
Okay.
Like that's it's pinnacle. Like I can't say enough about it, which means that I'm not going to say anything about it. The close third is Severo and the Howlers. Like they are as close can be. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can remember all of the things from the book, but ask me to talk about it. Nope.
No. Good thing you have a podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Great that you have this setting.
That's why we ask everybody to come on. I don't want to talk
That's
about
true.
my stuff.
We just throw questions at people.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
the
the thing with the
podcast, the
Howlers,
voice of the people.
I think the thing with like the Howlers though is that it transforms into that, because it starts as more of like a cult of personality, where it's like it's the thing that everyone wants to be a part of because that's what Darrow was doing, and by the end, it's actually that whole family that's so connected with it. Because of the people that fall off of it, you know, it always comes back to like the soul and being like, who? Yeah, because that's just what happens. But then by the end of it, it's definitely that feeling of family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that like speaking to that of like why Victra in a little bit, because she that whole time she wants in so bad, and like Victra we know has come from like she's one of the ones that you see like the most fucked up family of like her and her sister and all that, like as much as she's trying to I think act cool of just like come on Darrow, like they're your fucking cult, like let us in. I think that's why you see Victra try so hard. She wants to be a Howler. She wants to be in there, especially with Darrow, and then her connection with Severo of like she's just trying to find people she can actually trust in the world, and the Howlers end up being it for her.
As a PSA, if I say Cassian instead of Cassius, it's because I literally just finished Silver Flames like 2 days ago. So it's still on the mind that I read 755 pages of Cassian instead of Cassian.
Yeah.
My apologies.
I was making eye
I seem like such a fake ass fan right now with my here,
read the
but
book?
I literally just finished it 2 days ago.
Oh,
all right.
I caught it as soon as I said it too.
I was like, do I say something or do I just let him embarrass himself?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I'm not saying that like we're done a disservice, but like we see how deeply Darrow is affected by when anything happens to one of the Howlers. But like I can't even imagine how gutting it would be to have like Severo's perspective or Victor's perspective, because like as much as Darrow cared about them, like that to Severo, that was like it. That was like his family. I mean, dad's gone, he got no siblings, mom's been gone for a long time. Like those people are like his people. And so like Darrow has like the Howlers, but then he also has so many other people in his life. But for Severo, it's like that's it. That's everyone. So I would like literally be gutted to hear like his perspective when any of them are lost. Because I can only imagine how much more devastating that would be. Because we already get Darrow's perspective and it's devastating. I can't even imagine getting Severo's. Would be nuts.
And I think it's such like an important part of like Golden Sun too, is like that moment when like Darrow comes back into like the fold of like the Howlers, and they have that fight in the hallway over the Howlers, because they are Severo's family, and Darrow is his own thing. You know, yes, he's Howler one, but he is his own thing. And I think that's what makes that so important, and it really shows how important it is to Severo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's why
I think.
Go ahead. No, go.
Okay. I think that the thing about like Severo and Darrow that really highlights the family aspect of the found family is that they're not afraid to call each other on their shit. And like those moments that they're fighting over stuff, it's like that's real. Like that it just feels so authentic to their relationship with each other. And those are the parts that really shine in a way. Like it's great when they're getting along and they're like killing the shit out of all the bad guys and whatever. But those moments when they're feuding with each other and Severo's like, I want to go home to my family. I want to be with these people. You're just leading us on this endless trial of like war and war and war. And like those moments are so important to their relationship with each other. And that's where I'm like, yeah, that's family. Because they meet each other on that level and they're not afraid to have like to dive into that, even if it sucks while they're going through it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, Golden Sun was always my favorite because of the character growth as a group. It's not necessarily like one individual, but it is that found family. That Golden Sun, I found like that there's a little bit at the Institute. Obviously, that's where we then get Darrow and Severo.
Trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding, Cassius and Darrow at the beginning. I mean, and then we get Mustang. Like, I always think of them at the Institute when they are like around the fire. Like, like that's kind of their trauma bonding. And then Golden Sun just really layers on, and having Mustang back in the fold, Darrow back in the fold, like the Howlers back from Pluto. Like, you really get that. Which then I think is why now Lightbringer is my favorite. And we'll talk about the Archimedes after, because I think that deserves like its own piece, that what's happening on the Archimedes. But Lightbringer kind of brings home what Golden Sun started, of like, here's all of this, and now we're adults dealing with it. We're no longer the teenagers at the Institute. We all have families and stuff, which I greatly appreciated.
And I think it's super important, because you see, sorry, Whisper. Like, this is why you talk so much.
You'll have a lot of thoughts.
You see, like, the toxicity of like actual blood family versus like the love that is in found family. And I think that that's why it weighs so heavily in it. But yeah, I think that it's so highlighted, because you have like the actual like the love that the Reds have for each other down in the mines, and like that blood family relation. And then you see like how the Gold's treated, or how like the rest of the society treats it, versus how found family actually works in the entire series.
Yeah.
See, it's so funny that you cut me off and then you stole my
I always will.
So that's great. But I was going to say that like Darrow and Cassius specifically, and then Victra to an extent, like Cassius and Victra both coming from that gold, like big family, like we're in these positions of power, and the dynamics that we see between them and their real life siblings versus then their dynamics with like Darrow and Severo and Virginia, like all of those dynamics and how they play out, like the actual family, or not actual, that's the wrong word, but blood family versus the found family is so interesting. And especially for like Darrow and Cassius, because I've said this like so many times, is that they're platonic soulmates. Like they're completely meant to be in each other's orbit no matter what. Like they were meant to be in each other's lives, and just the way that they kind of go back and forth constantly of like, are we brothers or are we feuding with each other? And it's like, boys, I hate to break it to you, but that's what being brothers
the same
is.
thing. Yeah.
That's both. Always both.
Yes. So
yeah. Absolutely. Well, and the other thing, kind of talking about the blood versus fountain, but I think a huge thing of this is also majority of the characters, have fucked up home lives, so to speak. With the exception, I'm going to bring up, of the not found family, but the blood family of the Telemanuses, who then adopt literally everybody, and we like are introduced to them as like Mustang's quote unquote found family. I think originally would be like her blood family sent them away, and like she could have just been like, whatever, I'm over here, whatever. Instead, they gave her a true home, and then you just watch through the books of like all of them slowly get adopted, and so then it's like, okay, Severo and Victra, Lyria. Like, we get that whole thing. And I think Lyria, she is in a spot because her blood family was close and then taken. She's just grasping at straws, and like she essentially needs a found family, and it takes her a while to get a footing. But like, I just love that the Telemanus is the blood family, but also goes, no, we've got like 1 million kids at this point. Like, let's just.
Yeah, and I think with Lyria too. Yeah, with Lyria, it's like she also felt so let down by her father. So like she's grasping for somebody to like not let her down. Not even in like I need a father figure specifically. She's so desperately trying to find people that will not let her down in the way that she believes that her father kind of let down their family.
Yeah.
And like Cavex is kind of fills that role, and then later on we see Ephraim kind of like sort of fills that role like falsely. She believes it a little bit.
Drunk uncle.
Yeah. And then and then she makes other connections later on.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but there's like a point where she also I know. If she like looks up to Darrow at some point, I'm pretty sure I've only read Lightbringer once. I need to reread it again, but like looks up to Darrow, but then I feel like I remember her expressing like frustration or disappointment in like what she thought Darrow was to what he actually is. And it's like the same kind of track of like, this is someone I looked up to, now I don't. Or maybe it was the vice versa. Like I said, I can't remember, and my drink's almost gone, so.
Yep. Well, and then it gets tied in with like, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, and that gets tied into how she feels about Virginia and how, like, the sovereign let them down. Like, her dad let her family down, and then we're seeing this larger scale where the sovereign has let everybody down in Lyria's view. And then she's latching on, trying to find these people that will not let her down. And then I think the biggest one she latches onto is Cassius later on.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Is like, so the people who are these bigger than life, like, they can't, like, those are the ones she's trying to latch on. And then I would say the two people that she becomes closest with are the most broken in the book. I mean, Ephron's pretty broken and lets her down for sure. But Cassius, they become friends when, like, at the lowest low, like, and then Volga is also who she just, like, attaches herself to. Of, you know what? Like, this is someone else. I mean, they're become friends in prison, that it's like, you can't get let down.
Trauma bonding.
Exactly. And
every time.
The finding is just trauma.
She doesn't like Victra at the beginning, but by the end, her and Victra, it's like, all right, trauma bonding. You're right. She trauma bonds.
Who
I
knew?
feel like
Who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knew that the family we would find is the trauma we had along the way?
We did. We knew. That's how we found each other. It's great.
I would also like to just say, there's found family, but the Telemanuses are the finding family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
that's a great line, dude.
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
a great line.
You think they
and I think it's interesting.
People. Like, go on, Sophocles, go find people who need us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's Zana's actual job.
Yeah.
The jelly beans are the friends we made along the way.
The jelly beans are the friends we made along the way.
Yes. Yeah. Steal my line. Thanks. Just say it louder. Good job.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Don't be rude.
Yeah.
Look at your own. Look at teaspoons right now.
No, I heard the thing come in. I'm not going to look at it.
You're in there right now. That's
how
rude.
dare you? That's so rude.
That's so rude.
Anyways.
For the people that are just listening, I sent a picture to our Whisper group chat of Whisper flipping them off.
Here, I'll show you. Don't worry. You won't be left out.
Nice. Thank you. I like it.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I was going to say something related to the actual conversation.
It was going to be so profound, and now it's gone.
And then it's gone. It's gone. Because of Lamp. I'm blaming Lamp.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we always say? Cry.
Catch up, dude. Catch up.
Well, on the note of Lyria, because I was really proud of my note that I made called The Archimedes from Lysander to Lyria. And, like, what's up with that ship that we just have to make family? I'm going to pull my ship out. I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Must be nice.
There's my lit escalates Archimedes.
Mine's supposed to be.
I don't know why I thought it was going to be
absolutely-
like this big. I really was expecting like enormous shit.
Did you not watch the
get that.
video
It has
of
the
Pierce
dimensions
just
in the
like
post.
playing with it?
I am busy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's a great
okay.
video. I love
I'll watch it sometime.
the whole Archimedes dynamic with it too. Like it's like from like the first time that it's introduced up until like the very end of the series, because like even like when you start getting Lysander's bitch ass perspective, um, you learn so much about like the dynamic of that ship and like of the relationship that he has had to form over the last decade at that time. Like, and I think it's uh, not a throwaway line, because obviously everything that's in the series is gold. But when he talks about when he watched Cassius get so drunk that he fell over because Mustang and Darrow got engaged and they were getting
Did he
married. Like,
punch
it's such a
something?
small. No, he fell and he
He
bashes
bent
his
the
head
captain
open.
with his head.
Bulkhead with his head. Yeah.
He dented the bulkhead.
Why did I think
Because-
he punched
Yeah,
the bulkhead?
I have no
Yeah.
memory of that.
Because they
so-
talk about
Like,
him
he-
as a
it's-
highbrow
it's-
boxer.
It's such like a small line that is like so important to like you see that kind of found family. Like you see like the ups and the downs that your friends go through, and that's something that he had to watch as like a young kid, as much as like all of us mostly dislike Lysander. Like that's something that he had to experience in his found family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think with that group, like Cassius is hurting because he can't be with these people that have become his family through everything that they've gone through in a way. But then that initial crew, like Cassius, Lysander, and is it Pytha?
Yep.
Crescent's
Names
nodding.
are hard.
That is correct.
Names are
which
hard.
ship the
Names are
Archimedes
hard.
is, don't mind me.
The three of them, it's like they're all in a way like it is a found family, but it's like it's forced. Like they're all three trying to make it work in a way that it was like never going to work, and it's like so heartbreaking to watch over those that like Iron Gold specifically as that kind of crumbles. Because Cassius is obviously trying to fill that void of like, I fucked up with Julian, regardless of how outside of his control things were. But with Lysander, he's like, we're gonna do it right this time. And then Pytha's just trying to like keep them both alive, essentially. So it's really interesting to see that this is like a found family, that they all feel really close to each other, but they can't actually provide each other any of the support that any of them actually need. And it's like so sad, and like it's beautiful, but it's also so sad in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And then you see Lyria into it.
They're all either positive or negative puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Lysander's a middle piece you don't need.
Yeah.
Lysander's the instructions.
He's the instructions. Oh, what a nerd.
Like, yeah, because the Archimedes to me, it's interesting of it has kind of its two lives. Lives,
Lives.
words, grammar. And I am.
But you didn't bring snacks.
Yeah, I didn't know snacks. I could see jelly beans, but I'm not going to touch them. I'm not touching those.
I don't know. I think. Oh, that's a Twitch thing. Dang it.
Yeah. And hilariously, while we're recording this, I'm ignoring the fact that right now you can listen to but not watch because I fucked up the Bean Boozle episode. It's fine. They'll get it tomorrow. It'll be fine. But yeah, so you get the two lives, and I do not ever theorize, but I feel like in Red God, we will probably see Archimedes take on a little bit of a third life. Like, there's no way it's gone. But you get the Lysander, Cassius, Pytha, fuck up, trying to just make it through. Pytha kind of holding it together, even though she's green, right? Or is she blue?
Blue.
Blue.
But like lower color, mid color. And then you get the team that just keeps building. where he's like Ari and Cassius, and then we get Darrow, and then we get Severo, and then we get Lyria, and then we get Diomedes, and they're all just like, we're just slowly building that ship up. And they're all
that's where it becomes a forged family. It goes from found to forged.
Yeah, they just keep picking up hitchhikers is essentially what it is, and then being like, what are your problems?
It's a
Let's work
Katamari
through
family.
your problems.
Yeah. And I think it's so funny too when Darrow does like go on the Archimedes, when he like finally joins that group to leave off, and it starts with his almost ending of his found family of his military into his found family of the Archimedes.
Yeah,
because he gets on and says, you know, like Hail Libertas, and he's met with silence, and then he gets on the Archimedes with all these fuck ups, and it's great. It's just a great drama that I would watch unfold.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, agreed. I would much rather watch imperfect people than people that are perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting.
Fairy tale.
Then the people who are kind of left behind of the Archimedes, who are the extended, and in this case, married into the Archimedes group, are then forced. Like we see, especially at the end of Dark Age, we finally see Mustang and Victra getting along, and then during Lightbringer. They're clearly now, it's like, yeah, we're raising our kids together, but now we're actually seeing eye to eye with Thraxa, with, who else is in? Holiday is there. Oh, but yeah, like you finally see all of them coming together as well, and you get that. Like, it's really interesting of that found family. And then the third found family of all the bad guys that we don't like are actually working through their issues together. Lysander and Ajax.
I was even going to say, like,
raising your hand. Oh my gosh.
Dark Age. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know you deal with children all day long. But like, you have the additional in Dark Age found family of Victra and Lyria and Volga, like them having their whole experience on the side, which is another one of those like close proximity, like, well, let's figure this shit out while we can, while all of this other stuff is piling up. It's such there's dynamics of it all over the place.
Yeah. Which is really interesting that we only get Lyria's perspective of that little group, because it's the younger, like, it's the younger, it's like the younger, less experienced perspective, and she's like watching all of this trauma unfold, where we've got like Volga and Victor who have gone through like living nightmares, but we're hearing Lyria's perspective. Not that she hasn't gone through her own stuff, but like comparatively, she's way younger. She hasn't had the time to go through as much as they have. And it's just really interesting that that's the perspective that Pierce chose to give us, instead of like, let's delve into the trauma of Victra, like walking into the water as like, what is like, that's like her memorial for Ulysses. I can't remember if that's exactly what it's called, but like, oh my gosh, imagine the inner monologue going on at that point in time.
Yeah, it's,
and even to like
it's the Julii tradition of when you fail someone.
To even like the point of like, because Lyria is so young, that like that's who Victra wants in the room with her when she is giving birth to Ulysses. To just trying to bring her up to speed in a way of like, you're who I need here right now, because you're who needs to see this, who needs to be present during this moment.
You need the extra trauma.
Just you need the extra trauma.
Like, you need the
like, come on.
You didn't watch your sister almost
like
bleed out giving birth.
Watch
she's
me.
Trying to she's like,
watch me
I'm trying to help you survive
me real quick.
This is the real world, and the more you're exposed to it, the more chance you have of surviving. And as much as you might not have been my first choice, I need you to survive, so you need to see this so you can grow up quicker. I know you've been through a lot, but you still have growing up to do. Watch me stand and give birth. Let's go. Like,
which you need to be emotionally attached to this baby, so that when it dies in 5 minutes, you can
horrific
be,
way.
yeah, you can
Horrific
be
way.
so emotionally destroyed.
Yeah,
So
and
you're caught up
then
on
destroy
trauma.
the father by telling him.
Arguably, some of like the most unhinged chapters in literature is like that whole from birth to
65
tree.
to 67.
Yep,
Tree.
65 to 60. Yeah, birth to tree is just insane to exist through, and then to go down into like the mines with the Reds that she was family with. It's just that whole portion is just insane.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think on the note of found family too, we'd be kind of remiss to not mention like Volga and Ephraim and their kind of little unit that they have, because they are so close, and it's like, just give the two of them a day at the zoo.
I cried
together,
when Ephraim died.
Please. It's
I cried
so
when Ephraim
sad.
died.
Devastating. I was like, are you
Devastating.
like, come on. That was ridiculous.
Mrs.
And it was like
Mrs. Lampelect was like, "Why are you crying?" And I was like, "I don't want to talk about it." Okay.
all you have to say is the word snowball,
book one.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Catch up.
Yeah. And I think too with like Volga, she goes from like having this super close bond with Ephraim, and he kind of like lets her down, kind of like Lyria, like she gets let down by this person, and then she's seeking that connection. So when it's like, I'm your grandfather with Fa and all of them, it's like it turns into this like horrific situation, but she's like, no, this is my family, like I owe it to them. So you get to see kind of through Volga this like found family versus blood family, and like the differences between that and what becomes really valuable to her by the end of it.
I cannot believe that we glossed over Darrow and Ragnar. Like so far, we've gotten this far into it, and we glossed right over.
Somebody is watching this yelling at us.
So take your time, because I've re-listened to it so many times, and I've been fully like driving on my way to work, and like every time Ragnar's death comes up, that whole monologue, I'm just broken inside, just dead. I don't know why I just thought of that, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I think we didn't mention it because we automatically trauma block it out, because it's that it's that horrific. It's horrible. It's like it's one of the closest views we get of Darrow treating someone who was treated like less than as equal to him. And we get to see like how, even through just Darrow's perspective, how Ragnar's opinion of himself like continues to evolve, and he continues to think, there's a dog, I'm really distracted, but he continues to think more and more and more of himself because of how Darrow treats him. And like that's an equal like part of found family. Like you can't be a found family with someone if you treat them like less than, or like they're not equivalent to you, because then they're not found family, they're just found acquaintances. Like they're not your peers.
Found workplace associates.
Found people. Take them to Lost and Found. Take them to shelter. But anyway, it's so horrific, because he's like one of the first. It was like, the whole rising thing is Darrow like, we need to treat all colors equally, and that was one of the first like examples of that that we get to see up close
outside of
in
Severo,
the books.
like outside of Severo, like Ragnar is the first person he tells and talks to about it, which is huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
He tells doesn't he tell Ragnar before Severo that isn't that like a whole
I think because him and Severo have that whole thing in the hallway, and then they have like the whole fight.
Yeah, they have the shower scene.
The shower scene, yeah.
I'm reversing it in my head.
Nothing coded in that one, nothing at all.
And Severo kind of already knows because of the bloody dam drop from. So he's like already kind of like thinking.
And also he's seen the carving.
Plus his dad is Aries. He might have already
Dancer showed him the carving before he came.
But it's a matter of he needs Darrow to say it, because it's like it shows that Darrow is just invested in this relationship as he is.
Absolutely.
Friendship, come on.
Yeah, earlier I was going to say like
romance.
Red Rising is when, Severo finds Darrow as his family. Golden Sun is when Darrow realizes that Severo is also his family.
Ooh.
Who loves me more than this mangy little goblin? Like,
Because if you don't think of it that way, then it's like he would say Cassius, and like the falling out, and then he has no one, and then you get to Golden Sun, and then into Morning Star, where it's him realizing like this is his family, and it's the whole struggle that Darrow has between like how can I love these people that I'm going to tear down, and how bad is it going to be when they find that out, and then he has that moment with Severo, and he realizes maybe it's not going to be as bad as I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and with Darrow specifically too, it's like that piece of like him versus a lot of the other characters and how he views family, whether it's found or blood family, because to him, a lot of these people, like he doesn't value them in the same way that they value him a lot of the time. And like he doesn't always give them like back what he's getting from them on like the emotional level. So it's interesting.
Absolutely.
And it even goes further, like with later on in like the second trilogy with Lightbringer and with Dark Age and everything like that, how he treats his actual family, like his niece that wants to be one of his Lancers, his nephew that is one of his Lancers, and how he actually treats them versus how he treats people like Severo, like Cassius, like the rest of the Howlers, and how he allows them or doesn't allow them to do certain things is huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely.
A lot of feelings about this, apparently. I didn't know that.
Oh,
no, we're getting real deep.
My feeling is that I really need to finish rereading these
there
books.
is on Fade to Obsidian.
Oh my gosh, yes. My feeling is that I need to reread because I have, for like 2 seconds, I was like, which ship is the Archimedes?
I can't remember anyone's name.
These.
I have so many thoughts in my head, but I can't remember anybody's fucking name right now.
Well, there's also like 300 characters named in the books, so that's not totally invalid. Me going back to the dramatis personae like every 5 pages.
That's it. We could absolutely look through and like go character by character and be like, what character? Like, who's their found family? There's just so much.
Like Cassius and the oh my god, the Roz. And like his whole relationship with them is a whole other aspect of him and Diomedes, and it's so much. It's so much. And then you even have like the bad guys with like the Bone Riders. Like there's so much. Like it seems like Pierce really wants some family.
Oh yes. In fact, there were so many dramatis personae in Iron Gold. He didn't have enough to put them in Iron, like the arc yet. He didn't know how many there were going to be, so they're not there because he was probably still writing more of them.
My new slip covers are my dust jackets are downstairs right now, or I would have them up here with me.
Yeah, mine are upstairs.
But I've actually read the series on like Fury, so I can just actually remember things.
I've read it. I read it. I have to read books like 2 times. It's really frustrating to have a Swiss cheese brain. I have that. I have to read books like 2 times for it to really like for the details to really solidify. And in a series like this detail heavy, I'm like, I know the main events that happen and like the things that really spoke to me, like that I highlighted in my books, but there's a lot.
The only one I've read twice is the first one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, same.
Really?
But you have a better memory than me, so you remember a little bit more. Plus, you're a little more active in like the read-along chats. I'm like, there's too many yappers.
I also like someone who has a photographic memory tell me what actually happened because I don't remember.
Yes,
that's Crescent. That's why Crescent and I work. I just go off vibes, and I'm like, this is like a theme throughout it. And Crescent's like, here's the details, and I'm like, great. So I pick the themes we're gonna talk about, and Crescent's like, here's the actual quotes, and I'm like, great. I didn't make things up. Thank you. And sometimes I do make them up because I get them wrong.
Crescent, how many times have you gone through the series? Do you think?
20 plus.
Many.
Yeah, over 20.
I'm currently on like.
Is it on repeat? Like in your house, it's just constantly being read. Yeah, that sounds about right.
The only reason it's not currently is because I'm like no-lifing K-pop Demon Hunters.
I've heard that's pretty good. I haven't watched it yet.
It's super good.
But I've seen other people watch it.
Demon Hunter is very good.
There you go.
I'm rewatching Stranger Things so that I'm ready for when the next season comes out. Talk about found family. That's a great example of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I made Crescent reread it most recently as I was like, because what we're coming up to is another, and then I was like, I need you to figure out the current, like, the following things. And he's like, oh no, another read through. Because I'm not going to do it. It's going to take me 6 months to do it.
How long does it take you to read through the series, Crescent?
Depends how work is. If I'm working alone, very, very fast. Like, and I listen on 2 times speed. So,
what?
Red Rising is done like the day I start it usually.
Wow, I had to do 1.5 because the accent.
I've listened to it so many times that like I'm not missing stuff.
Wow. Impressive.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
That's
also, I find regular speed audiobooks like way too slow in general. So I listen to everything on 1.5 speed. And then
tell me that you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD.
Yep.
The thing is, I'm not like. I don't think I do. That like maybe a tickle. But
we found the
like
one.
70 HDs, not ADHDs.
Or 69.
I'll give it 7. Nice.
Heyo.
Yeah.
What are you, 7?
Oh, that's crazy. Yes.
No, she's 6.9.
We're really gonna make this joke about children. Come on, you two, get
We're gonna
together.
move along here before we get canceled.
Who invited these
16.9.
We invited ourselves.
Lamp paid me money to get here.
I didn't know.
Lamp paid money to get here.
Money I definitely don't have. Money I don't have.
I really don't
appreciate
have
it. Get a job, you bum.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, we can, if we think of other things, we can come back. But I want to move on to like what we kind of touched on at the beginning is the fandom, because we talk a lot on this podcast about how amazing our fandom is. I'm going to ask each of you of like, what's your experience coming into the fandom? Was Hazard Bedlam and then the Den the first thing? Do you have other experience? Like, what's yours? Where's your found family origin story through the fandom?
All right, Fury, I guess you first.
Guys, how dare you?
I was only looking at Lamp and I was like, what the hell is Lamp?
Oh
what is happening?
Gosh.
I knew what was happening. I'm
for
like,
those who were listening only,
so thank you.
They were holding their noses. They were doing a dibs versus nose. All right.
Nose goes.
All right. Fury.
Anyways. Okay, so I got introduced to Red Rising like a couple of years ago from one of my best friends. He was like, you should read these books. And he's never recommended me a book that's like not a good book. And I was like, okay, weirdo. He's like, I'm obsessed with them. They're so good. He had like read them, I think, a couple of years before. I think it was like in like 2022 that I first started the series because Lightbringer wasn't out yet. And so I was like, okay, fine. Finished the first book. It was incredible. Finished Morning Star, and I told him when I finished, and he called me and he let me sit in silence for 5 minutes. Just because of the shock that occurs at the end. No, Golden Sun, not Morning Star.
Golden Sun.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I read them, I swear. Yeah, Golden Sun.
I'm becoming more and more.
It was a long time. Anyway, so he introduced me, and then he had done Hazard Bedlam a couple times, and so then this past year, I was like, okay, I'll try it. I barely had gotten Discord like the February before in like some server with friends of my brothers that I'm not active anymore in because they're
Tomas Brady.
In like a bad way. Yeah, that's where I got that name. It was like during Super Bowl season. Anyway,
Tomas Brady.
We have Thomas.
Stop doxing her.
Thanks, Luke. So I joined OHB, and then I think it was like Salem or something, or I had seen like the Howlers Den on Instagram, and I was like, I'm just gonna join that and see what happens. And like, it was just, I think like Whisper and I kept running into each other, and I was like, hey, Bess, like in every single channel, I was like, oh, you're here too. That's great. But yeah, I mean, it's just been really great, like getting to know people and I think someone else dubbed us the Triplets. I honestly don't even think that we dubbed it ourselves. I think people were just like,
it was
chaotic Triplets. It very well could have been. I don't remember. At one point, we knew what the point of origin was, but I'm not the record keeper. That's Whisper, not my job.
It's lost to history.
But yeah, so like it was just really getting to interact with people and then like actually making friends. Like I got to go visit a bunch of California howlers like back in December, so that was really fun. We all like stayed together. That was great. Like when everyone else had left, I got lunch with Bond and Hydro, and that was really fun. And they dropped me off at the train station, and I came home. And yeah, it's just been really incredible. Like it's, you know, we all love the same books, but I think we all, because we love the books, we have the similar values that the books like have. And so you just find commonalities in people. Obviously, some people bond over baseball. I don't, but that's fine. Literally. Okay. But yeah, I mean, like ever since we started our group chat, I think it's just been like I'll quote Lamp on this. He goes, I talk to you guys more than my actual siblings. And like, I can second that because it's true. Like I talk to them more than I talk to pretty much anyone else. And that's because of like the fandom of Red Rising, because, you know, it's just such a like welcoming place. I mean, yeah, we like curse each other out all the time, but it's in love. It's not for real. Yeah. Which is always really funny because I always wonder what people think when they see us like talking in comms like horribly to each other. They're like,
some horrible shit. Some horrible shit.
Literally, I'm like, do they know, or are they gonna like go telling us? I'm worried. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty great. I mean, I try to recommend these books to people, but a lot of my friends are not super into sci-fi, which is a bummer. But what can you do? Just keep telling them to read it. Nice. Yeah, that's my experience. One of you losers go now.
Oh, he knows. Whispers you.
I'm up.
He was on it.
This is so interesting because for Red Rising, it was one of those books that I kept seeing on like TikTok and Instagram, and that people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good! Everybody should read it." And I would pick it up at the bookstore legitimately every time I would go, and I'd be like, "Yeah, but is this just like white guy sci-fi fantasy that I am not really gonna care about?" And so I was very skeptical. And then I was in like a little book club on Instagram where people were reading like backlist series. So they were like, we're going to do the first 3, the Red Rising trilogy. And I was like, great, I'll give it a try. And I loved it naturally because it's very good. And it was a long time before I actually found like the Den or like other people to really like talk to in depth about it, because everyone else that did that book club was like, yeah, it's good. But like,
I'm not making it my personality.
But not to an appropriate degree. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm obsessed with this in a way that they are not. Yeah. So it was very interesting. So then OHB 3.0 rolled around. I actually did 2.0. I just like bought stickers and didn't really like actively do anything. But I got one of the like Domina t-shirts. So I was like, wow, cool. And then I got nothing this year, or last year.
That's love us.
And then yes, that's love us. And I joined the Discord and I was like, wow, this is really overwhelming. But then other people were talking about the Howler's Den and I was like, what the heck is that? And then I stumbled my way in there and Fury was in every channel that I was in. And I was like, wow, these are my people, the equally obsessed people that I need to find. And I think like Fury said, like I talk to these two every day. Like not a day goes by that we don't talk to each other.
Even if it's nonsense words.
Nonsense words.
It's mostly nonsense words.
Every day.
It's mostly nonsense.
Tiny text of nonsense. But the other really cool thing that came from the Den is I'm very active in the Poet channel where all the writers hang out. And like if I had not found the Den, I never would have finished the book that I had an idea of for like ages. So I actually finished writing a whole book because of the Den. Which is like so crazy to think about, like just the past year and how wild it's been that I found all these crazy people on the internet that I'm like, I need to talk to these people every day because they're my besties. So that's how I ended up here.
Love it. Yes. All right, Lamp.
Yeah, you can't go anymore.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make Crescent and I go too, but you first.
Good. I had been recommended Red Rising by like a coworker who has helped me get to like the next job that I'm getting now. And she had recommended it and recommended it. I kept pushing it off because my TBR is just as long as it was when she had first recommended it, if not longer, because of you fucking people. But I finally started reading it, and I loved it. I think I remember like texting her at like 11 o'clock at night when I'd finished Golden Sun and was getting into Morning Star, and like just that moment right before like you get into Morning Star, and then Hazard Bedlam 3 had rolled around, and she was like, "Hey, we're gonna play. Like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get stickers." And so I'd gotten it forward and gotten Discord, and I again like Furiosa was also not super active in Discord at all. Like I had like a couple of channels that I'd been in for other people that used it, but I was in the Hazard Bedlam chat, and I think it was oh my god, Badger, and like the Gray channel that had brought it up and like brought me into it, and I started talking with all of these people and seeing like the love for this series that I also have, and then eventually like finding these two like a day or two into it, and just the arguments and the insults and the rap battle that happened because of it. Yeah, like the that I lost. I did lose that. And then just talking to them on the side, and again, it's talking to them every day, and to the point of like now having people that I do consider family, people that I talk to every single day, whether it's nonsense words like "goobite" or "good morning" or something like that, because we don't spell things correctly because Fury can't speak English, nor has she read the trilogy or even all of the books. I think it's amazing that like in real life, I have zero friends that are Boston Red Sox fans. Zero. I would never even consider it because unfortunately, Whisper is a Boston Red Sox fan. So is Mr. Whisper.
But we're family, so we're stuck.
But we're family,
with each other.
so we're stuck with it.
Fucking Yankees fan over here.
Talk to them more than I talk to anybody, to the point of like, and even just outside of the three of us, with Hydro or Sweets, who I also talk to almost every single day, Lotus, everybody that's in the den is just absolutely amazing. And even if I'm having like the shittiest day, or I take some time away from the den, always coming back to it and wanting to be involved in the insane nonsense that comms can be in the late night hours.
Yeah.
Or when you, Skipper, are absolutely trashed after an episode of A Fade to Obsidian, and you are just lighting up comms. Crescent, unfortunately, I don't talk to you all that much. You're not all that active all the time, but like you're awesome too when you are there. And just making arguments out of nothing with other members of PL, and just really trying to rile people up. It's just so much fun, and being able to come into the den and talk to all you people is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like a default setting.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun seeing you guys of kind of I mean, the den hasn't been around for that long, but you guys are like the second generation rather than like our first. And I mean, listeners of the podcast know our origin story of like Fade to Obsidian came about because we were hanging out in VC every single night, just like whatever. And then it just became a joke of like, why don't we make this a podcast? And we're like, who would listen to that? And what would it be about? And they're like,
hey,
Red Rising. And we're like, oh, we could do a Red Rising.
What would it be about?
Right. What would it? We were just kicking around in VC.
It was crazy because like when the three of us had jumped in, there was like less than 1,000 people.
Yeah.
There was less than like 700. There was like 800 people when we joined, and now it's double what it was then.
We're
and now
at
we're coming up
1,400. We just hit
1,400. OHB.
Yep.
OHB 4.0, and like there's going to be such an influx again, and being in this like second wave of it, and hopefully being able to go to the next Laurel Tide, just because like we had all joined, and Laurel Tide was like the month or two after, and I was like, there's no fucking chance that I was gonna fly across to Wisconsin to meet a bunch of strangers from
Minneapolis.
Minnesota. Oh,
come on now.
Okay, some other place that doesn't actually exist. So
Yeah.
like meeting
I'm gonna
these,
tell
but
Maria
now
you said that.
it's like I really like if as long as it lines up with what my year looks like I'll be there because you guys are the people that I want to hang out with.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yes.
Crescent, what I don't even fully know. We've talked about how Fade, and I'll bring up again for people who don't know how I entered like the true fandom rather than reading. How did you get in the den? Because you were like day one.
Oh, I legitimately was day one. So
Day one.
Wow.
And
I was
frankly,
like day 20.
I would have been prior to day one, like official day one, if I had actually responded to Salem's story. uh, so I had been following Salem for a while because she had been doing like Mustang cosplay, just like Red Rising content, and I had finished Dark Age, and I was like, I have nobody to talk about this with. I had one, my friend who introduced me to it, Aurora, in the den. He had, he definitely had not finished Dark Age by the time I had finished. But so I was looking for people to talk to, and in 2019 when Dark Age had come out, there was no, like, I didn't do Instagram at the time, so I was like reading things on Reddit, and Reddit's a nightmare cesspool.
Shout out to our people who listen from Reddit, because there are some. Shout out to you.
Yeah, come to Howler's Den.
You're all
cesspool.
You're all cesspool members.
That's okay. I still am a member of Reddit. I don't like it. But yeah, so I was following Salem on Instagram for a while, and I had actually messaged her before she had done any Mustang cosplay. I was like, I want you to know, like, you have a fantastic jawline, and you are who I've pictured, like, as Mustang. And then she started cosplaying Mustang. I'm like, well,
there's lore I didn't know.
What a compliment.
What a lore jawline.
So yeah, Salem had started posting about, why, like, ideas for names for places to hang out, and she put like a suggestion box on Instagram, and immediately my head went to the Howler's Den, because that's their jet black skyscraper on Luna that they took from the Shadow Knight. So, like, obviously that's the place that the Howlers would hang out. And then a little while later she announced that the Discord server was happening, and everybody who had sent in a suggestion with that name was getting an early invite, and I was like, well, fuck.
Wow.
So I joined on day one because I was like, well, fuck, I have to. And then kind of the rest was history, but the biggest thing was HowlerCon 2023.
HowlerCon was amazing.
It was, like, quite literally, it might be the best time I've ever had in my life.
Yep. Yeah.
And that was very close to tied with Laurel Time. Like, every time that I get together with Howlers, I have the absolute best time because they're all the best people.
Absolutely. Yep.
The lore stories that we've heard, even just in the year that we've been here, are just insane. To the point where, like, there is a GIF that I used to send when I first got my name that Skipper has an entire story about. The person doing the stripper routine on the lamppost.
Yep. That's not coming out today, but yep.
No.
Yep.
I've gotten the full story,
yes.
Which is amazing. So, like, I want to go so bad.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Well, I'll be there for the next one for sure.
For sure.
The next
for
whatever it is,
going to
Don't say that.
insane.
I'm getting married this year, which is usually around the time that Laureltide happens. So, like,
make it your
maybe don't say
honeymoon.
for
I don't know what
sure.
to tell you.
Laurel Tides only happen once. It's not when it usually happens. We can move.
And we can meet Mrs. Lamp, our sister-in-law, finally.
Yeah.
Who refuses to read the series because she's afraid she's not going to like it, so that it's just want to hurt my feelings.
Oh.
I adore her so much. Oh my gosh.
She is great.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I have to say how jealous I am of you guys are like, yeah, so I finished Golden Sun, and then I took 5 minutes, and then I picked up Morning Star. Because
it was literally the same night. It was the same night.
I entered the fandom the day Golden Sun came out, and people know the story of I got yelled at in a bookstore of I need Golden Sun, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What are you on about? So I read Red Rising that night, and then Golden Sun the next night, and then went, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So I went to Twitter as what we had at the time.
Wow.
And immediately created my own found family of Pierce calls us the OG Howlers. There was a group of us that harassed Pierce when Pierce was more accessible because it wasn't as another puppy.
Yeah. That's my spirit animal.
But yeah, so I was, and then that became, and Jabs, who is now in the den, is one of those people that we met off Twitter, and it was so funny. She refused. So we met Twitter. I met them all in person many times, and as you say, like the moment you make the connection over Red Rising, we all are so similar, I think, in beliefs. Like there's a reason it resonates with us between that, or we're the misfits who want to find family. So we all get along so well. And so then I was with Lit Escalate when it was Shit Escalates, like their first Kickstarter, like a bunch of stuff, and we just kind of worked our way. And then they always did the Bacchanal, and so I joined the Bacchanal the 1 year, and it was the second Bacchanal I think they did. The first time Pierce got so drunk he got cut off. Nobody's shocked by this. The second time, he had to be way more reined in, but was still unhinged. And then that was 2022. As the entire comment section is people going, join the Howler's Den, join the Howler's Den, join the Howler's Den. And so I went, okay. And so it was like 20 days into the den being, and I clicked it.
Oh, wow.
Immediately, all the Americans get to watch. What did they watch? Starship
Troopers.
They got to, because their teleparty worked in the United States, and all us Canadians and Europeans were hanging out in voice comms in the den, being like, guess we're not good enough to hang out with Pierce and watch movies. Yep. And so Crescent and I became immediate friends, and I got named that night because I got drunk and talked about sailing. So, and like, it's funny of like,
you haven't changed.
We haven't changed.
Accurate. She's somehow become more about getting drunk and sailing.
It's true.
Yes. And we love her for it.
It became
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like, it's funny if people talk about us and they're like, oh, you guys didn't know each other before? And we're like, absolutely not. And like, as you say, like, our group chat with Salem is my most used group chat. They get my trauma dumping. They get my, like, here's what's happening in my life. They get the, like, here's the little annoyance, but also, like, look at this cute thing I saw. Like, we get, it's constant. And actually, I think we're in, like, it's the three of us, and then there's like 5 different chats that all have like one more person. Like, it's the 3 of us in chats, the 3 of us and Emily from Lit Escalates, like the 3, like, and you have to be like, who's in this group, and does this group know the
make sure I'm not talking in the wrong one.
Like, what's happening? Yeah.
There's literally one of me, Fury, and Sweets that came from oh my god, what was that?
Gym Rat War.
Oh, from Gym Rat War. Yeah, that's.
I can't believe you forgot that. You guys use that.
The crab raccoons. Where like we use that one all the time, and like I constantly have to show whisper things that happened in Crab Raccoons.
Yes.
Just because like she's not
so
in it, you know.
unhinged.
That one's also pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's got
and then me and Whisper in one with a couple other girls from the
Which
Den.
I get so mad about because I don't get any of that tea and it's bullshit.
Nope.
It's
the girls we call that the unhinging. It's been great. It's really entertaining. Mostly that chat's mostly just like a venting about what's going on in our lives, which is sometimes fun because then sometimes Lamp is like really busy and it's like he doesn't want to listen to our venting. So we're like, all right, I'm gonna go vent to the girls. Which is, you know, it's great, but it's fun to have different like people that you can talk to. And then like there's even been times where like I haven't been super active in the Den and like Lotus just messages me and is like, hey, I'm just checking in on you, just mom
Lotus
things.
is
like, are you okay?
For that.
It's incredible. I'm like, you're
There's
the best.
People that Harvest is really good about checking in. Yeah, I think a huge thing with the Den is the people who come in and that ability to make friends like almost immediately. I think that's the great thing about it's what we see to bring it back. Like we see it in the books of the Howlers making those friends when they need it, and that's a huge thing of what this fandom has provided and what the Den has provided across all board. And I think Pierce has done a really good job of making a fandom that's not gatekeeping. There is every once in a while, and we literally just like kick them out of like, we're not dealing with you. We're not gatekeeping this. It is what it is. And so I think that's great of like when you're in and someone joins those fun, ridiculous things, like we're gonna like it's just so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's really entertaining.
All right, so we're kind of nearing the end. Any other topics you want to bring up?
I just think that Fury should read the series, like the newest member of the Den that happened to crawl in and find a new family. Sweet's murderess there that hasn't had a name yet because they're so new to the Den and just came in for was it for a GIF or a reactionary thing, which is just amazing. Like that has now found a new family because of somebody else that they were in a different Discord channel with, what I think is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious. So even if you haven't read
the series,
which I'm hoping you have at this point, if you've gotten to this point of the podcast, not you, the people listening. If you've gotten this far in the podcast, I'm hoping someone's listened to it, but just join the Den either way.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We will be very nice and welcoming and not at all chaotic.
No, we'll be chaotic.
There will be zero threats. There will be zero threats.
Of course not. Why would there be?
Yeah, so thank you for joining. We greatly appreciate it. As like we started from the Den, we always want all the guests from the Den as much as possible, or we force them to join because we have to record in here. We're like, oh, you want on? Yep. Join the Den. So everyone, please do that. And then as we mentioned earlier, so we figured it out. You can decide which one you are, but your guests 46, 47, and 48. So that's how many.
I want to be 47.
You okay?
Fuck
Perfect.
you.
I'm 46, obviously.
Okay, Lamp, your guess 48.
Come on.
Your guess 48.
Build a bridge and get over it. Maybe the bridge of the Archimedes.
I'm not going to say something that could be cut. So I'll leave it at that.
There you go.
You could have said bread. You can cut bread.
Ooh. There you go. Yeah, July 25th. I don't know where we're going. July 25th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's that? Like 6:30 Pacific, 11 o'clock in Newfoundland. Figure it out from there. We're going to do a live episode, and everyone, it'll be on our YouTube. You can hang out there, and then if you want to participate and be on camera, you can DM me, or we'll be pulling people out of the audience, and we're just going to be talking about, it's the 100th episode, what your favorite Fade moments are, what your favorite Den moments, and just talking about how we've managed to make it to 100 episodes, which is incredible. And huge thanks to the Patreon. Lamp, thank you.
Yeah.
Our audience members today, if you're tier 2 or the $5 tier, they've been hanging out watching us in the audience. We've had a couple of them pop in and out during this. We greatly love them for that. They keep us going. They keep the lights on. So thank you. Yeah. Crescent, anything?
Be there or be square for the live episode for 100. It's going to be a shit show.
Yeah. Worse
Skipper's
than this.
definitely not going to get very drunk.
Do I have to work
I
for the
had
show?
so much.
I'm gonna have to book the next day off.
Probably not a bad idea. It's a Friday at least.
It's a Friday. We'll figure it out. Woo. Yeah, it'll be a shit show. All right. Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you, Triplets, for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Are we allowed to salute, or is that?
You can all, yeah, everyone kind of. No, Lamp saluted.
Yeah.
Lamp's on it. Crescent usually salutes.